Yes?
We're good to go.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Patrick. Patrick. You need Patrick again? No, I said thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the April 24, 2025 session of the Code Enforcement Special Magistrate for the City of Oviedo. Today we have two items on the agenda. The first item is case number CE 24000072. The respondent is FKH SFR C2 LP, care of First Key Homes LLC. The parcel today is 1047 Whittier Circle, Oviedo, Florida 32765. Parcel number is 23-2-1-531-5JK-0000-0580. Who is here today to speak on behalf of this case?
I am.
Okay, would you? All right. First, state your name into the microphone.
Code Enforcement Officer Lindsay Longstreet for the City of Oviedo.
All right, and when you raise your right hand, do you solemnly affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Ms. Longstreet, what do you have for us?
Well, I'd like to say good morning to the Special Magistrate. I have a package containing 23 pages that I'd like to submit into evidence if I may approach the bench.
Yes. Thank you. This will be admitted into evidence as the city's exhibit number 1. All right, Ms. Longstreet, go ahead.
We received a complaint about the given address, completing work of replacing several fence panels with no permit. So we went ahead and proceeded with the code enforcement process. Pages 1 through 4 are going to be the property appraisal record showing that FKH SFR C2 LP are the property owners. Page 5 and 6 are photos of the replaced fence in the backyard. Page 7 is the notice of violation that was mailed to the property owner with a compliance date of February 27th, 2025. Page 8 is going to be the returned green card. It was not signed. We did not receive a certified mail receipt either, but page 9 is the affidavit of posting for the notice of violation.
Okay.
And page 10 is going to be the posting on the property for that notice of violation. Page 11 is going to be another photo of the fence from the property itself. This was on the 28th, showing that the property still did not have a permit for the fence. Page 12 would be the notice of hearing that we had created on February 28th with a hearing date for March 27th, 2025. Page 13 is our certified mail receipt for that hearing notice, and page 14 would be the green card, unsigned again. However, we do have on page 15 the affidavit of hand delivery. Page 16 and 17, it was brought to my attention on the 25th of March that the codes section was updated, and to be fair, we wanted to make sure we had sent to the property owners and the correct people who needed to know that the code was updated, the section of it, the section numbers were updated, and so we sent a notice of hearing cancellation, and also we sent a second notice of violation with the updated code section with a new compliance date of April 4th, 2025. And that would have been page 17, then the new notice. Page 18 and 19 is the certified mail receipt for the hearing cancellation and the second notice of violation. And page 19 would be the signed green card this time that was returned. Page 20 would be the notice of hearing as they, on the 8th of April, there was still no permit obtained or applied for at that time. So we sent a new notice of hearing for today's date, April 24th, and that was prepared on April 8th. Page 21 is going to be the certified mail receipt for the notice of hearing, and page 22 is the signed green card for the notice of hearing. And then page 23, we just wanted it noted on the record that this property had a prior violation at the end of 2024 in December for the fence being in disrepair, and at that time, this was the notice that was issued to them about fixing and repairing the fence, and at that time, it was noted in the corrective action to please note that the fence replacement would require a permit.
Okay.
And in closing, that is it. The property at this time still is not in compliance and does not have a permit for the fence being replaced.
Have you been contacted at all by the owner?
Not by First Key Homes. We did have an attorney reach out to us. I believe it was supposed to go to hearing last month. Obviously, we had sent out the new notice to update the code, but he's the only one that we've just recently reached out to us about it.
Okay. Well, first, I'm going to find that all notices required by Florida statute and by OVITA ordinances have been supplied to the respondent. What relief is it that the city is asking for today?
For the property to obtain a permit for the fence.
How much does a permit cost, the application fee?
To be honest, I'm not sure.
Okay. Is there anything about the fence itself? Has it been improperly installed, or is it just a question of no permit?
Just the no permit for the replacement panels.
Okay.
Mr. Marcy, we're not sure about the fence and the installation because we haven't been able to go out and do an inspection on it. So we're not sure what the conditions of the fence is and the installation.
All right, I'm going to find that the respondent is in violation of erecting a fence without a permit. Going to require them to obtain a permit. Within, well, let's look at the calendar here. No later than 5 p.m. on May 22. failed to obtain a permit before 5 p.m. on May 22, then a fine of $50 per day will accrue until the respondent comes in to compliance. Right, anything else on this item?
No,
All
no,
right.
sir.
Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda is case number CE 24-000746. The respondent is Christensen Family, LTD. The address is 1330 Alafaya, Oviedo, Florida. It says Alafaya, I assume that's Alafaya. Is it Drive?
Trail.
Trail. Oviedo, Florida, 32765. Parcel ID is 22-22-300-300-0190-0000. Who's going to be presenting that for the city?
I will.
Would you state your name for the record?
Code Enforcement Officer Lindsay Longstreet for the City of Oviedo.
Okay, and would you raise your right hand? You solemnly affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, what do you have for us today, Ms. Longstreet?
I have a package of 27 pages that I'd like to submit into evidence, if I may
All
approach
right.
the bench.
Yes, certainly. Thank you. This will be admitted into evidence as the city's exhibit number 1. All right. Go ahead, Ms. Longstreet.
On December 27, 2024, I had observed the dumpster at Mavis Tire and Brakes to not be in a fully enclosed structure. The dumpster was not placed in a fully enclosed structure, therefore being able to be viewed by the public. And I went ahead and proceeded with the code enforcement process. Pages 1 through 4 are going to be your property record card, showing that Christensen Family LTD is still the property owners. Page 5 and 6 are photos of the dumpster being out in the open and exposed.
Now, is this is this toward the rear of the property or?
Yes.
Okay, I know the, right. All right, I see that.
Page 7 is our notice of violation with a corrective action date of January 27th, 2025. Page 8 is the certified mail receipt. No green card was ever returned. However, we do have a affidavit of hand delivery for that notice for page 9. Page 10 is going to be the reinspection on January 28th. It appears that they had originally had an enclosure. The dumpster just was nowhere near it or in it on our original inspection. So they had moved it into the enclosure, but the enclosure does not have doors keeping the front of it from being exposed.
All right, let me. All right,
Page 11 is going to be the second notice of violation that was sent to the property owner, giving a corrective action date of February 11th. Page 12 is the certified mail receipt for the second notice of violation, and page 13 is the returned signed green card. Page 14 and 15 is our reinspection photos, the photo of the building for Mavis Tire, and then the dumpster enclosure as well, still showing that there are no gates or doors on the front. Page 16 would be our notice of hearing that we prepared on February 12th with a hearing date of March 27th, 2025. Page 17 is the certified mail receipt for the notice of hearing, and page 18 is the signed green card for the notice of hearing. It was brought to my attention on May 13th that the code had been this code had been updated, so we resent a notice of violation, or we sent a second notice of violation along with a hearing cancellation for the March 27th, 2025 hearing. So page 19 would be that cancellation letter. And page 20 is going to be the new updated notice with the correct section of the code, with a new compliance date of April 10th, 2025.
Okay?
Page 21 is going to be that certified mail receipt. Page 22 is, unfortunately, they did not claim or accept the certified mail. However, we do have an affidavit of hand delivery for our page 23. Page 24 is going to be our reinspection, showing that they still have not attached doors to the front of the enclosure. Page 25 is going to be our notice of hearing that was prepared on April 11th for the hearing date of today, April 24th, 2025. Page 26 is the certified mail receipt for that. No green card was ever returned at this time, but we do have an affidavit of hand delivery for page 27.
All right. And what relief is the city seeking today?
That they attach some type of doors or gates to make it a full enclosure.
Thank you for the neat package.
You're welcome.
I want to look at something here. Just give me a minute. All right, I'm going to find that all notices required by statute and by Florida and by Oviedo ordinances have been provided to the respondent. Going to order, find respondent in violation. Of Section 16.12. Going to order that respondent come into compliance by doors or gates on or before May 22, 2025 at 5 p.m. If they fail to do so, then fines will accrue at $50 a day until they come into compliance. Right, anything else on this item?
I do not, thank you.
Anything else to come before the special magistrate today?
No,
All right.